Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Box Office Receipts for the weekend of March 1st, 2019. I'm your host Tyler Callahan, and let's start with the top 5 for the weekend. In first place for the second weekend in a row is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World at $30 million, with a total now of $97.6 million. In second place is Tyler Perry's A Madea Family Funeral with $27 million. In third place is Alita Battle Angel with $7 million, with a total now of $72.2 million. In fourth place is The Lego Movie 2 with $6.6 million, and a total of $91.6 million. And lastly, in fifth place, jumping up from 11th from last weekend, is Green Book with $4.7 million, with a total of $75.9 million. So let's see, How to Train Your Dragon had a decent 45% drop, so it's holding alright. Madea did a bit better than expected, and if this is truly the last Madea movie, then congrats to Tyler Perry for having a strong start. Alita had a decent start the first week, but is now starting to fall off, and it looks like it'll end up just under $90 million domestic. The Lego Movie has held well since the first weekend, but what has been the issue is that it opened a lot lower than expected. If it opened to the expected around $50-60 million and held well, it could have gone on to do $200 million domestic, which would have been great. But now after a few weeks, it looks like it'll end up in the 130 to 140 range. Lastly, Green Book got that Best Picture win jump. After winning, Universal decided to add more theaters for a few weeks, and it added an extra 1,300, which allowed them to jump up to 5th place. Greta, which I thought would do okay, bombed at $4.5 million and opened in 8th place. Going for some worldwide updates, we'll start with Alita, which now has $350 million worldwide. How to Train Your Dragon is currently at $375 million worldwide. The Lego Movie 2 is at $152 million worldwide. Green Book is at $188 million worldwide, getting a boost from China this week, where it opened at $17 million, which is a lot bigger than the $15 million the studio was expecting for its entire run. That's right, Green Book is a small surprise hit in China. Glass is at $243 million worldwide, with $109 million of it domestic. Lastly, Happy Death Day to You is at $54 million worldwide, on a $9 million budget plus marketing. So once again, it looks like Blumhouse has another moneymaker on their hands. Would not be surprised to see a third one come eventually. So this weekend we got just one wide release, but it is a big one. The first big superhero movie of the year with Captain Marvel. Now obviously we'll open up the first place, so let me get my predictions for the top 5 out of the way. First place, Captain Marvel, obviously. Second place, How to Train Your Dragon. Third place, A Madea Happy Funeral. Fourth place, Alita Battle Angel. And fifth place, The Lego Movie 2. So to add to this, I'm going to also try and predict Captain Marvel's opening, which the numbers from an analyst so far have been all over the place, from 120 to 180 million. I'm going to go with the safer route and say it'll be around 150. I think with good reviews, it will break out past 120, but it will not be as big of a breakout like Black Panther, and that hit over 200 million when it came out, so I would say around 150. What's your prediction for Captain Marvel's opening weekend? Let me know on Instagram at Tyler Callahan Media. That is it for this week's episode of Box Office Receipts. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.